sure you have a pretty good idea of what you're going to get this week from Wisconsin and their defense, the physical toll that they take. Does that start with a mental approach through the week, knowing what you're going to face on Saturday, from a toughness perspective, and just being mentally tough and absorbing all the punishment that you're probably going to get?
Oh, for sure. The coaches let us know since the start of getting ready for Wisconsin game planning and stuff like that. That they're excellent defense and that they're going to bring it every snap. So you got to make sure that you're mentally ready for the pounding that you're going to get, because there's going to be plenty of plays that are going to be 1-2 yard gains, and it's going to be a lot of stuff in there, because they have great players on their defense. So it's just a mental approach of coming in to each day of practice, knowing that okay, you got to make sure that you're doing your right assignments and you're taking the right steps, because thinking about being physical come game day, because it's going to be a totally different type of tempo when you get to that point, and you don't want to be shocked by it.
Is it a lot different for you running against a 3-4 defense? Does it change anything you have to do?
Not really. It just kind of adjusts like where people kind of are, obviously. For the most part, a lot of our reads are pretty much most of the same. It's kind of it's a little bit more difficult on the line, obviously, and blocking. But for the most part, the fundamentals will take care of everything.
What's impressed you the most about Akron this year?
Just the fact that he goes out there and make plays. It's simple. That's something that we've always known that he could do and stuff like that. He's shown it before, but I think that just this year he's just doing it so consistently, and it's really been a big plus for us as offense.
How have you helped him?
Just kind of helping him understand, defense is a little bit more kind of on reads and runs and stuff like that, just a little bit. But for the most part, he's been doing a good job himself, and coming to practice with the right energy and the right mentality of that he's going to get better and make more consistent reads and help us in the passing game and stuff like that.
Do you guys buy into the whole thunder and lightning thing, when I think you guys are probably a little more similar than people give you credit for?
Yeah, we know. We don't really buy into that much. We hear it obviously all the time and stuff like that. But we know that both of us can do whatever is called upon us when the given situation is. So if Akram has to go in there and get the tough yards, I know that he's going to go in there and do that. And if a big play opportunity arises for myself, I know that I can also take advantage of that. So we know that we obviously do different things well, but I think that for each other, I think we can definitely do each other's job equally as good.
Is there a friendly rivalry between you guys? You talk about yards gained and yards per carry and all that stuff?
Not really, not total competition wise, but obviously after the game and stuff like that, we do look at the yards we had, average, and scores obviously. But we're just trying to do whatever it takes to get the win. So if we both go under 50 yards and no scores, but we get the victory, I think that's all that really matters.
You guys have really gotten in a rhythm last week, of course, but the week before you seemed to, the cumulative effect of going against Minnesota. How vital is it this week against that team, knowing what they're capable of doing on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, it's going to be big. We're going to have a consistent rhythm on offense, especially running the football, because it's going to be big for us to stay on the football field and keep our defense off and sustain drives to get points, because we know that with their defense that points might be hard to come by. So we know that we're just going to have to try and stick with it for as long as it can, and we can't get frustrated, and when big plays present themselves, that we have to go out there and take advantage of them.
How do you maintain that rhythm with the offensive line going through constant shuffling, and this week be another example of it could be anybody out there?
We just have great trust in the offensive line and Coach Brian Ferentz. We know that he's not going to put a person in a position to not succeed. So we know that whenever somebody else is in there, that they're going to be able to go out there, they're going to get their job done, and it's just a big trust factor that we have in them that they have in us. So I'm not really worried about that, because I know that they'll be ready come game time.
The team just looks a little bit different than that 3-week stretch that you guys went on. Where did it turn?
I think it was big for us going into Minnesota week, especially going on the road and trying to get back to, getting back to basics, getting back to fundamentals for us, doing the things that we know how to do best. And, I think a big part of it was, Coach Ferentz, got all the leadership group, and, he kind of, had us meet and, kind of asked us, like, where we want to be, like, where we want to take this team. And, we just made a decision, like, the way that we've been playing is unacceptable. So we have to make sure that we're going out there and practice, and, we're bringing the right sense of urgency, we're getting the right energy out there, and we're making sure that everybody's doing their job, making sure that everybody's accountable. And that's just been something that's kind of been building over the past few weeks.
What's an opposing team's ranking mean to you guys?
Nothing to us. We don't really think about it. We know that they're a ranked opponent coming into Kinnick Stadium, but we obviously don't look at that. We just look at them as it's a great team. It's a great opportunity for us to get our 6th victory, and for us to win a trophy. And that's really the thing that we're really looking at. We're just trying to focus on getting better, and we're trying to obviously get a win.
You talked about the 1 and 2 yard gains and fighting through those and trying to break away to the the big game. Is it hard to bring the same intensity? Is that the struggle when Iowa and Wisconsin get together? Because there are both sides of the ball, 1 and 2 yard gains. You just have to bring the same intensity no matter what the result is, right?
Yeah, obviously it makes it tough. When you have two good teams, especially 2 physical teams like us in Wisconsin, it makes it difficult. But we know that we gotta stick with it. That's why we work so hard in practice, and that's why we work so hard in the off season. So you continue to stick with it, you continue to push. So when eventually something does break, you're always ready for that opportunity.
LeShun, how often does the leadership group meet with Coach Ferentz?
Probably about like every other week. Oh yeah, pretty much about every other week.
When you guys got together that one day, going into the Minnesota week, what were some of the voices that rose from the group?
Just mainly just focus on being positive, and let's focus on getting better. Let's focus on getting back to, the basics and doing what we do best. And, not pointing fingers at anybody, not blaming anything, not, defense not blaming the offense for not scoring enough points, or, offense not blaming the defense for getting off the field. We just went back and, focused on, getting better each day of practice, and then focus on getting better collectively as a group. And then so eventually, when it comes game time, we're playing off each other, we're feeding off each other energy to help us be successful.
It sounds an awful lot like old Kirk versus the new Kirk that we heard about last year.
Yeah, I guess you could kind of say that. He's, obviously he knows what it takes for us to, be successful and stuff like that. So, whatever he says that we should be doing, and how we should be going about things, we're obviously going to listen to him. We're going to try to apply it.
All right, thanks, Ed.